This is Tom Doody, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Doody in a Google search for my site. This is part 2. I'll read the intro again. This text is written by Joy Hawkins of Search Engine Land. Top 9 reasons Google suspends local listings. Number 8, you run a service or class that operates in a building that you don't own. For example, my church has a AA group, an Alcoholic Anonymous group, that meets weekly. They would not be eligible for a listing on Google Maps. According to guidelines, ineligible businesses include ongoing service class or meetings, location that don't own or have authority to represent. 9, you don't have anything wrong, but your industry you're in is cluttered with spam. So the spam filters are tighter. I commonly see this most often with locksmiths. I have to run into several legitimate locksmiths who have had their listings suspended. It's a hard suspension usually because the spam filters accidentally took them down. In this case, I would always suggest posting on Google My Business forum so a top contributor can escalate the case to Google. Conclusion: has your listing been suspended for reasons I didn't mention? Feel free to reach out to me and post in the forum and share your experience. That is the end of the text from Search Engine Land. The woman's name, the writer, is Joy Hawkins. Seems very clear to me. If Joy Hawkins, she obviously writes for this organization. She also does some consulting herself. If Google My Business is the goal to use and Joy is advising you, you're probably in very capable hands. Transitioning to Tom Doody comments. I believe I do not have success yet. I've been suspended and it is not reversed. But I believe number 7 is why I was suspended. And I would not know this from Google directly. It is Joy's experience plus his text that has helped me pinpoint my problem. Again, I'm not yet successful, but I do believe, I have reason to believe this. Number 7, you created a listing in online business without a physical storefront. Listeners, this is Tom Doody. In my case, I believe I was suspended for this reason, but it's a false conclusion. I believe Google has detected me as an online business because I do not own these places that I am registering. However, I represent a company that sells services to these businesses. They are legitimate. They have storefronts. They belong on Google Maps. They are local listings. And they are businesses, multi-service in my Latino neighborhood and a friend's business out in Arizona, which is commercially zoned office space, and they also, with the service I represent, are also going to offer DHL shipping in that office. So they are legitimate businesses, and if Google were looking at them, Google would approve them. Google has reason to believe I'm a virtual business, which I am. So this is kind of a twisted position. I'm selling this service, and with my service comes, hey, I'll get you on Google. Well, I've got problems doing that, but if I left it up to these people to get themselves on Google, they would not do it. So as part of my service, I'm trying to do it for them, and I believe because of that, I'm being suspended. I have 5 listings, and 2 of my listings are currently suspended. Listeners, this is Tom Doody. In my notes, in my blog, I will be blogging my progress. The second and final comment I'll make is Joy refers to panicked people in Google My Business forums, google.com, and I have read some of them myself. These people are panicked. One man, I think, wrote about, "My livelihood is at stake." People have businesses built on this. They end up absorbing additional expenses because they're killing it, and then suddenly Google suspends them. So fortunately, I don't have significant expenses tied to the Google My Business that are suspended now. But believe me, listeners, some people do. So if you think you're panicked, get into googlemybusiness.forums.google.com and take a look at some of the panicked people in there. I trust you're not the most, listeners, I trust you are not the most severely panicked person. Some of these people, I do not enjoy others people's pains, but I enjoy people's pains when it makes a refreshing feeling of my own pain, which these comments have clearly done for me. This has been Tom Doody, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Doody in a Google search from my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, a restful night's sleep. Ciao.